What is up, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mistermoose, back with another edition of Transport Fever. Hey, welcome back to our free play. This is episode 2. Now, when we last left off, we had just established our passenger service and put our second train on here. And everything seems to be running along pretty good, other than the fact we've got one little issue to deal with, and that is, look at all the people waiting up here in Oklahoma City to ride the train. And wow, has Oklahoma City boomed up. It is looking good around here. But yeah, we've got quite a few people wanting to get on the train. With the train just leaving out, we still have 68 people looking to grab a ride. That'll be up around 80 by the time the train gets up here. And I'm just sitting here debating on what to do with it. I'll be honest with you. Conventional wisdom would say, throw another train on there. There's 75 people, 80 people. By the time the train gets up here, which can only hold 42 people, it will be time for, a whole nother train load of people to go out. But the problem I see is on the other end, I don't have the same demand. Down on this end, I've only got a handful of people down here, 39. So this train will fill up. If I had a third train, yes, I could fill it up here at the top of the rail, but I wouldn't be able to fill it up down at the bottom. So I'm not really sure if a second train or a third train is really what I want to add right now. And to be honest with you, I got to thinking about it a little bit. And if you apply the 20-minute rule to the game, which is basically in Train Fever, 20 minutes was the max a person would do anything. Before they just didn't do it at all, right? So that means from leaving their house to the station, getting on the train, and then heading to the destination, 20 minutes was the max they would do anything. Well, right now, this particular line is running at about 5 minutes. And if we open it up and look at it, it's running on a 5-minute interval. So if it's 5 minutes to get there and 5 minutes for them to get to the station and their destination, that leaves me a whole nother 5 to 10 minutes to play around with. And I'm thinking, I could probably get a train load every 5 minutes out of here. We left 53. So until we're leaving more than that, when we start leaving like 80, then I might get worried about it. What I want to watch is, and what will be the deciding factor as to whether or not I need to add another train or not, is basically going to be this. I will watch the train when it comes down the hill. And when it comes into the station down here at the bottom, I will then look at it and go, okay, how many people are still on board? If you're up against the 20-minute threshold, and people are deciding not to use your train anymore, they'll just disappear. That's the way it worked when you were in Transport Fever. In Train Fever. You could leave the station with 50 people on the train, but if they hit the 20-minute rule, they disappear on you. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So that's sort of what I'm going to watch here and see if that is the case again. So any train that's coming down leg back into Thousand Oaks, I'm just going to watch that and see how many people remain on that train. If I can keep 42 and 42 and keep making, I'm probably going to hold off on buying another train right now because, believe it or not, I'm actually making a profit. And we have for the past 2 years, and if things hold up, this will be our most profitable year. So yeah, but now if the numbers down here start to show where I could add another train on this end as well, then that would be the deciding factor. If I am going to do one, I want to do it before, 19 or 1889, 1896. I want to do it before 1896 because I can still use the Baldwin 6-wheel up until then. And I don't really, as much as I like the General, and I think it's a wonderful train, I like the operating cost of the 6-wheel a little bit better early in the starting periods. As long as I keep the train short to to 3 cars, and I can keep my operating expenses low. Because if I go to the general, I double my expenses. I don't get that much of a speed increase. I can add another car to it because it does have a little bit better traction, but I like not having that heavy overhead. So, oh, we got the Zoester, which or Zoester, I don't know. This is an oil tanker, so we got that. So now we can haul oil up and down the river, but we're not really ready to yet. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I would rather take my money and instead of spending it on another passenger line right this moment, I really would rather buy the general and put him over here, hauling stone over here, and start setting up that construction line. So that is what I'm tempted to do. We do have $757,000 in the bank right now, and look, we just finished up another year. What, $399,000 in profit. So I'm more tempted to be more cautious and about adding that train in right this second. Though we do have pretty good money going on. All right, which train is this? It's this one right here. So we'll watch this one. We'll see what train 2 does, and we'll look at the numbers as well. There are 68 people up top in Oklahoma City, and there are currently 66 people down here. It's sort of balanced, I will say that. So we hold 42 passengers. It's really tempting. I have to be honest with you. There's 77 at the top, and when he leaves out of here, he's going to leave me with what? 32. So if we were... he gets a third of the way out of the station or so. And you look at the numbers, there would almost be a full train ready to go. That one's getting into the station in Oklahoma City now with 85 passengers waiting to get on board a train. There's a full train left over. All right. As much as I keep trying to talk myself out of it, we're going to add another train on here. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll get the Baldwin 6-wheel and 3 more passenger cars. You almost do it without going in debt. I didn't really want to have to take out any more money to do it. Where are we at? We are... Alright, that'll put us at $4 million. I can stomach that. Because this should pay off pretty quick. Alright, so we'll get that on the line. And we'll go there. And again, I'm sure a lot of y'all are thinking, well, why didn't he grab the general? It's just the overhead on it, the price comparisons on there just doesn't excite me. If we look at it real quick, the Baldwin 6-wheel is 172K versus 317K. So, you know, double your expense there. Then you've got top speed on this one's 25, top speed on this one's 28. That doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Then power, and this is where it really comes in. Power is 95 versus 177, and the track effectiveness is where the general really shines. This one's 25 kilonewtons. This one is 40 kilonewtons. So the general gives you that much more power. Plus, it's a 30-year train, and that one's a 30-year train. So that really isn't a trade-off. But what kills me is the running cost. 52.9 on the general versus 28.7 a year on the Baldwin 6-wheel. So, and if you update one of them, and here's the thing: if I update one train to the general, then I probably have to update the other two because the general would move a couple of miles an hour faster, and then is going to eventually be right up another train's rear end and causing a little bit of a, you lose your stagger. So all right, so with 3 trains on the line, that one pulled in and filled all the way up. Let's get them all the way up here in a window so I can see all 3 trains. And that one just dropped off 42 and leaves out with another completely full load. And then we need this guy here. I'll pull out on all of these so I don't have to listen to them as loud. They're pretty loud if you leave them zoomed in there. All right, so all of them are running with 42 passengers on board right now. So that's good. I mean, we've already got enough money to pay off part of our repay part of the money that we borrowed. So let's start repaying that loan off and start thinking about what to do next. Need to watch our commuter lines and make sure, as we move this many people, make sure that we're not getting overburdened on the commuter lines. So we got 5 people here waiting, 1 person there. That one's fine. And this area up here is starting to slow down a bit because a lot of this area is building up. You have to also continue to watch what's going on in your city. Don't lose sight of what's going on as far as the growth in the city. These high rises that are starting to pop up have a lot of people living in them, and therefore people are starting to fill in a lot closer to the railway station anyways. So that could affect our commuter line, so we just kind of have to watch everything. So every once in a while, just periodically glance over at your commuter line and look, all of these are full. I just have a couple of them that don't have passengers on there, but that's good. You know, I'd rather them be full and making money than empty and losing money. All right, so we did lose money last month, but that's only because we bought a new train. But everybody is still full again, so that's good news. And we got another one down there loading up, and he's loading, turning and burning, and he's full of passengers. God, it was a good decision, I guess. We'll keep an eye on it. There is some ebb and flow to things, but at times it will end up all of a sudden you'll lose the demand for the train for some reason. So I will watch the numbers and balance everything. But yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of people up here to get on, so we're all right. Now, with this particular train, I can't add a 4th car to it. If I do, it would really throw off the numbers. If you look at this particular train, the speed of it going up through here is 15 miles an hour. And if I added another car onto it, because it's tractive effective, easy for you to say, right? The tractive effectiveness of it is so low that it just doesn't have the torque or the traction to pull a 4th car very fast. And I'm afraid if I add a 4th car onto the train, I just don't know that it would be able to handle this incline. So I think I'll run 3 for a while, and if I really have to go big, then I will. But I think, again, I think I would rather run more frequently and run another train than to put another car and all of a sudden mess things up. Everything is such a balancing act in this game. So, but I'm just kind of watching it out and seeing how much money we're making. I like the slower train too, because the slower train makes a little bit more money every run. It seems like distance and time it takes to get places determines the value of the run. So it's funny. I've had a train make, like, let's say $150,000 with the ball and six wheel on it. Upgrade it to the general, and then it pulls in the station and it makes less money. Part of that is because the overhead is increased on the general, but I think the other part of it is just because it got there quicker. I don't know. It probably is just the overhead. All right, so that's $157,000. I'll take it. All right, so while that's running and those numbers look good, and again, Oklahoma City now only has 29 people sitting on the dock, and there's only like 3 sitting down here after a train goes, so we're good. What I'm thinking next is we start building this out and start getting our stone and all this put in here. We borrow a little bit of money and do it. Where are we at money wise? Money wise, I think we only owe 3.5 million, and we're starting to generate a little bit of income with our line over there with the passenger line. If we could get this up and running, this pays for itself pretty quick. And there's two ways I'm thinking about this. One is, I mean, there's so much we can do with this once it's up and running because of the location of it. We get a train going in between these two, and we start that running. Then we put a road going up to Oklahoma City, and we have a small road going over here, and that will give us 2 trucking lines for profitability. Then we have a trucking line that goes over here into San Jose for profitability. And then if we come and put a water port right here, and we run a boat over here into this area over here next to somewhere in this area, then we could set up and have a quick little run up here to, what is it, Torrance, and we could make some money off of that as well. And plus you get the benefit of having the boat run, and you get the money off of that. So I'm thinking that's a possibility here pretty quick, and probably what we're going to end up working on a little bit in this episode. But again, all right, so now we've got a train with only 36 people on it. So, and that train is, where's that one located? All right, that one's on the climb. Oh, our trains are starting to look rough. They are starting to show their age. 1862, they're only 12 years old, but they look nasty. Their life expectancy is 25 years, so we, have to keep in mind that we're going to have to replace those pretty quick. I think they're 25 on the cars, 30 on the engine. Where is our money going? We're not making profit. I mean, it does say we made 430K last year. It doesn't seem like we're gaining, though. Everything's in the green. All right. Well, all right. I'm going to start building this out. We've got $480,000, and I'm going to start laying this in and getting it formed up so that we can establish this, and then we may have to borrow a little bit of money to get it started. But those trains should be paying for the expense that I'm about to lay out. Alright, so we want to go ahead, start by building our rail station in. And this is going to be cargo. And I want to go ahead and set this up with 2 street connections on it. And, you know, it's 100, like, let's look at the cost to plop this down real quick. It's 127,000 to lay it like that right there. If I add another siding onto it, it's 252,000. Decisions. Right now, I think I'm just gonna go with 1 platform because money is a precious commodity right now. So let's get this right about here. Plop that down. Because, yeah, I'd like to not have to take out a loan just to build this. And then we need to connect the road down to this road. And chintz it over as much as possible. There we go. I might have to redo that down the road, but... And then just verify that we have our catchment there. We do. So we're good to go with that. Alright, so let's come over here. We'll do the exact same thing on this side. And we'll start to get this set up so that we have our run going. Train station. We only need 1 siding on this one. Or one road here. So let's go ahead and lay it in. And just looking at this, I've decided to go on the high side of the factory because I'm thinking down the road I may want to continue this rail on out, come around San Jose, and put a place back here that can pick up this food as well as what is that, iron ore, and transport that. Because think about it, we have an iron ore or a steel factory right here, and if we get that iron ore over there, that would be awesome. So that's something to consider while we're doing this. All right, so coming back over here, we got to put a little stretch of road up to that, and we'll just use our little cheap county road. There we go. And then just verify the catchment. Good to go. All right. So now we just need to run rail all the way down to that other end. And then we can establish our line and do all that good stuff. All right. So give me that. There we go. All right. So set that up. And as you've seen me do several times, I'm going to go ahead and double my track up. And just go ahead and put my... go ahead and try to put me a crossover, a diamond intersection in here. So I go ahead and get it done now. So I know that I have it for the future. Come on, come to me. Don't be such a booger. Too much curve, duplicate segment. I wouldn't have any duplicate segment if you would do the right thing. Oh, what did that do? Null segment. I have no idea why it's saying this. Some of the phrases that it throws out at you are just amazing sometimes. Now I have to demolish that little piece there and try all over again. So We'll move up just a little bit here and see if we can get it in. So I would like to start on this side and pull up and see. That right there looks pretty darn promising. Oh, there's the autosave. That's the end of another year, and that is a freaked out. Wow. I mean, why does the game even do that? Like, it thinks I'm gonna do that? No. I don't think so. Possible? Nope, too much slope. Too much slope, too much curvature. Sky's too blue. Water's too wet. And this just does not want to work. Alright, so let's get rid of it. Get rid of all of this. See if we can fix this. I'd like to get it done now so I don't have to worry about doing all this stuff later on down the road. And there's... the way I do things is different than other people. I will say that. So instead of falling down, let's go and level out. There you go. There you go. Now come in and match that on this side. So all the ballast and everything is absolutely the same. There you go. And I should be able to make this work now. And I should be able to get max speed out of it. Oh, come on. Quit being stupid. And what is that? Seriously. Game, you just hate me. Oh, wait. I think I saw it. I think we have a winner. We have a winner! Ding! Here we go. Alright. Happy days. Alright, so now we can run this, and oh, it's gonna be a nightmare. Let's not build the pyramids here. Let's cancel that out. Yeah, let's level that out a little bit. And then let's bring this back up. Let's let this do what it wants to do, right? Let's not dictate how it's going to run. Let it do what it wants to do. There we go. Excellent. God, that looks so good. Alright, so let's get over here and do the same on this end, and then we'll tie it all in together. I'm gonna have to come over a little bit here to try and make all this look good. And then I'll go ahead with an inside line here. Hopefully, we'll try it like this. Sometimes you get lucky, but that's probably going to get me the old too much slope, too much curve two-step. Oh, sometimes miracles happen. How about that? All right, and so I'm running the... this is the outside line I'm running right now. Match those up. And there we go. We have our line. And we didn't have to take out a loan to do it. Nice. So let's go ahead and signal it up a little bit. Oh, we just need one signal. Well, we don't need any signals right now. We didn't double it up. We're only going to put one train on it to begin with. So yeah, this looks good. This is a start for sure. Alright, so we need to put a depot in now. We can do that on the low side here. I'm going to build out on the high side of it, so I want my depot down on the low side. And I've already got my switch in place here, so I can actually bring that out right here and bring this out right there, and maybe bring it just a little bit more in case I ever want to have it go that way. Just bring it just a little bit more, like so. There we go. And we will slap a depot on here, because you gotta have a place to get the train in and out. Gotta spin that all the way around. And that is good. Alright, so let's look at the status of our operations right now. 33 of 42, 42 of 42, 42 of 42. Good, good, good. So those are continuing to do alright. We're not falling behind anywhere. Let's see, we've got 16 people waiting on a buggy, and I don't see any need to add anything there. Here, oh, this town looks really nice, peaceful, and resolved. Nobody's waiting on any bus stops. That's not a good thing, but let's look at, let's not judge just from a glance. Let's look at the actual numbers. Quite a few of the buggies are empty. That's not terrible though. We only have one with nobody on it. That is in Oklahoma though, so good to keep that in mind. We definitely don't need to add any more in that city. All right, so that is done. We have $250,000. We need to establish a line for our stone factory, and we're going to start this in T. We're going to call this Thousand Oaks. T Oak. How about a capital O there for T Oak? And for my cargo lines, I use straight lines. And this is going to be stone to brick is what this is going to be. Stone brick. The T Oak stone brick line is what this is going to be. So we have that established. Now we just have to have the money to put a train on it. And yeah, I think that's going to come from our old friendly neighborhood banker who loves us so much, who looks at my ledger and goes, well, you had 1 year in the green, but you sure do like to spend money there, Mr. Moose. Yes, I do, but I'm going to make some more money. So, look, I finished up 63 in the green while I was doing construction. That's got to say something. I'm a regular old Rockefeller. So what? We're at $3.5 million in the hole. And to build this out, it's going to cost me. I will say that. I will say that much. If we look at the cost on this, because we're going to throw the old general on here. So let's look at what we're speaking of. Because this, unfortunately, doing it this way, we incur some extra costs because we have to get 2 sets of cars. So we get the general for $317,000, and then we need, at least 4 gondolas. So that right there is almost $1 million in gondolas, and then you have to have stake cars to bring the materials back this way. So that's another $1 million right there. So yeah, it's expensive prophecy here. I mean, we could scale the cars back a little bit, but it just you got to haul as much as you can, and then we need to, as soon as we get that done, we'll want to get a second train on there. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna take out a couple of $1 million in loan, and we'll do this. We'll get the general, We'll get, to begin with, 4 gondolas. Or do we do 3? What does that haul? That's 21, right? Let's go ahead and go 4. Swing for the fence, right? And then we'll stake cars. We'll only put 3 stake cars on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even it out. Even Steven. Alright, so establish that line. Let's get that going. 1,000 oak stone brick. That's going to run. And then now we're going to use the rest of that money to set up the trucking lines for this. Didn't I set that line? What's going on here? Why does he not want to come out of the... Don't you want to come out of your home? Wait, is this not connected? Yeah, that's connected. What's the deal here, buddy? Don't you want to go to work? Come on, go to work. Come on. Did I do something wrong? I never put the stations on it. I'm an idiot. I'm like, what's wrong? Are you shy? Come on, buddy. Stick your head on out there. You're the general, for goodness sakes. You should be out here cutting it up, showing the lead, taking the lead, showing all them young whippersnappers how to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the general coming on out here to get going. So the cool thing is, let's get everything off screen so we take a look at the old general here. The cool thing is, and we want to ride along with the general. The general here will automatically trigger for a little bit of stone production, because the game will go ahead and sense that he's running back and forth, and so the stone production will begin even without him already having a distribution line for the goods that come out of there. So that's one cool thing about the way the game operates. As soon as this guy here realizes he's on the line and that he can get goods via that line, this guy sees already started shipping stone, which is cool. But we now need to go ahead and get our shipping line, but we need to get our shipping line set up, because where the stone will automatically go, the brick coming out of here won't ship until we actually establish some sort of cargo route. So let's look at where we're going to put our cargo line in up here. So we got to find a place. Most of the industrial is over here. Let's click out so we're not looking at... What do we have open? We have this open so we can look at the numbers on it. Most of our industrial is right in this area. So we want to try and get our platform for delivery right in this area too. But unfortunately, it's going to be tough to get in here and not cause havoc with the area. I could probably draw a little road in here and maybe try to get it on there. Ultimately, it'd be nice to try and squeeze it in somewhere over here if we could find a building that was cheap enough to destroy to get roadside service, but that's probably not going to happen. So let's just start looking at connections and seeing what benefits we have. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see. Start rotating this around a little bit. So if I connect it here, I get a good portion of the industrial area. It's nothing great, nothing to brag about, but it is like almost half of it, maybe over half of it. If I do here, I still get a good and a little bit of that. If I come put it over here, what do I get? Well, let's see what we look at over here. Pretty good area here too. Now, if I put a road in between here and this street, I might even get those front buildings in. The question is, will I? Put a road right here. Oh, not that road. This road. There we go. Put that in. And then let's look at our catchment after we do that. See if that helps us out any. Very promising. I like. Gets quite a bit of it. If I move this way, I lose a little bit of these. I can always put a second one in later down to catch the back area. I don't have to catch all of it right now. So what I want to make, this is my biggest area of industrial. So that's what I want to catch in the beginning. So let's go there. So we'll do that. Road vehicle 1 has reached lifetime and it should be replaced. All right, road 2 is also released its lifetime and should be replaced. So we'll incur a little bit of replacement expense here as we put some more horse carriages out. And we'll go ahead and select those and let them re-up and replace themselves every time they reach 100%. We'll let that run for a little bit because all of them will start doing that. And we'll let them do that as they need it. Alright, so we need to run a road from here all the way up to Oklahoma City so that we can get our goods delivered. And we're just going to use the cheapo county road right now because, well, everything moves so slow. These are 25-mile-an-hour speed limits on these, and our little horse and buggies don't move but about 10. So it doesn't make any sense for me to put anything fancier in. Eventually we will, but for now, these are perfectly fine with me, or fine for me. That's a little costly. Let's dig in a little bit. Let's see if we can cut down on the digging. I think maybe we saved a little money. Let's kind of get that right there. And then we'll shoot it. Seriously? It should be just a straight... How hard is it just to get a straight line in this game? Try this. From here to here, straight line. From there to there. Oh, can't... Too much curvature. Can't connect to it. I can connect that way. I win. You failed. Alright, so this guy's just hauling stone right now. We definitely have to get this established so that he will start making a little bit of money here. So let's back out, make sure that we're getting full connection onto our station here. And that we're utilizing every bit of the station. Why is it only giving me half of the station to use? That's interesting. Let's try to run this side. Oh, it's there. It's just buried under some dirt. I gotcha. Alright, so let's throw this over here. Looks good. We'll twist it around a little bit. Let's massage that just a little bit so it's straight. And that's going to work. Alright, so let's establish that route. Go into line manager. Add a station here. And add a station there. And we'll go ahead and name this Oklahoma. Equal signs for the road. And this will be freight 1. Oklahoma freight 1. I can't see the screen. There we go. And then we're going to add, just right now, I'm just going to add one horse and buggy onto it. Just to establish the, or horse wagon to it. Just to establish the route. And then, once it's established and I have freight coming over, I will go ahead and add more to it. That way we can start getting some money coming in off of the back leg, or the back haul of our truck. Alright, so all our industry is down here in Thousand Oaks. So we need to get a bus depot down here, or a truck depot down here to hook up all of these guys. So we'll just kind of take a look and see what we get. End of the year, end of the fiscal year. That gets most of it right there for industrial. Again, I'm looking for industrial because I'm hauling industrial goods. I'm hauling, right now I'm going to be taking out just regular old bricks. That gets everything, but I don't like the placement of that. I wonder if I could possibly get... How much is this building worth? Pause the game, pause the game, pause the game, pause the game. Oh, I gotta tell you, I've destroyed more than one building in my career in this game, and then had the AI immediately start building a road in, or a building in there right after I destroy it. I have a theory that I can put this here and have better coverage, especially if I tie into this. Like if I put a little road through there, I should be even better off. So let's put a little road between this building and this building. And let's try and do it where it doesn't look like it was put in by a drunk guy. There we go. There we are. And then we'll bring that up like so, and maybe curve it around and hook it in like there. And that almost looks like it could pass for, you know, county work. All right. So let's get a shipping platform in. We're going to go with the old small truck station. Oh yeah, look at that coverage. Sometimes things just work. That's pretty darn good. That gets all of our industry for now, and part of our business district as well. I'm going to go ahead and pay for it. Alright, so then we need a road out of here that goes out back over there. We'll just come off of this with a little county road. Oh, and we go ahead and turn everybody back operational. Everybody back to work. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Just a little construction. Y'all get back to work. No need to slow down. Y'all drive on. And no blood, no guts. Just a man putting a road in. Alright, so there's a little road coming over here. And then we need to grab... Oh, I'm out of money. Come on, people, make me some money here. There are no warnings. Good. I didn't really think there would be any warnings. Okay. So, we need a little bit of money so we can put a truck station in. Alright, so that's catching that. Is that catching all of the station? It looks like it is. So that goes down. Then we'll go ahead and get ourselves another line in. And this line will be from here to here. And this will be Thousand Oaks, Freight 1. OT Oak. Freight 1. There we go. And we'll buy ourselves a little horse wagon. If we got enough money to do it. Yes, we do. Add that onto that line so we can establish it as a freight line. And we're off and cooking. So we should start to see, and we do, we start to see construction materials up here starting to pull up. So our train will start hauling that off for us and we make a little bit of money that way. Nice. All right, so let's look at our financials. We've been spending a lot of money. So we did manage to make a profit in 1865, $135,000. I don't know how much of that is residual left over from taking out the loan to buy the general, but we are $5.5 million in debt. And at this point, I need to pay that down. So I'd like to get that back down to the initial 2 million, or, you know, if everybody's part of the big team, we can actually whittle that away and get rid of it completely. That would be really awesome. But now it's just a matter of letting this run and establish itself. Now, remember I keep telling you guys frequency, you know, increases yield or increases demand. So now what I have to do with this is my production's only at 44 of 100. I need to make sure that I get as much stone into this as possible so that that production increases over 100, so that it triggers an upgrade and triggers an upgrade over at the quarry as well, so that more and more ship, because the more that ship, the more money I make, right? Right now he has 25 stone coming in, and he's going to consume that before this train even gets back to the quarry. And that's going to keep my production low, because what happens is every time it starts making things, this production number will start to climb. But it's like the old Texas two-step. It's, you ever heard of this, the old saying, 1 step forward, 2 steps back? Well, this is more like 1 step forward, 4 steps back. As you start to make goods and it consumes them, it will consume them at a slow pace in the beginning, but as you start to get more and more, it consumes them faster. When this number gets to 0, all the production that you climbed up and made will start to whittle away very fast. But what you want to do is you want to get more frequent deliveries in here. Let's go ahead and increase the speed a little bit. More frequent deliveries in here so that it's constantly getting stone in, and it feels like it has to produce to keep up with the amount of stone that's coming in, right? So you put more stone in here, it's going to try to produce faster, because this number's barely ticking down right now. Later on, you'll see that number just kind of just cranks, boom, 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 and it will end up going down to 0, and the production number will start to fall at that point as well. So the more stone that we get in, the faster it will produce. It'll produce higher numbers, and in return, the quarry will have to produce more to keep up with it, and we can make a whole lot of money hauling stuff. So we're probably not going to be able to do that in this episode, but when we get into our next episode, we'll really start to really infuse a little bit more love into it and see if we can't spur it on. And at that point, we're definitely going to need as many places where we can deliver goods as possible, because to keep up with the supply that is coming out of there, we'll need places to deliver it. So we can establish a truck route into San Jose. We'll put down a little marina or seaport down here and establish a route over here to deliver goods over on this side of the bank as well. And then, of course, we'll have our truck routes here that'll be delivering. So we'll be getting started with it, and things will start to evolve from there, because that's when the money really starts to come in, is once you get a cargo run that really is starting to get juiced up and get popular and make a bunch of money for you. But it does take a lot of work to get it up. So it's at 56% now, or 56 production, but it's out of stone again, so that number will start coming down. All right, well, I think we're at a decent little stopping point here. Just an overview of where we're at before we go. It is 1866. Most everything is profitable right now. Our commuter line is, or our passenger rail is profitable to the tune of about 500,000 right now. Everything else just started losing money as I looked at it. But that's all right. Everything's going to take time to establish itself. And we're coming up on the end of the year anyway, so we made money in 1865. We probably will lose money this year just because we established all the trucking routes. But look at that. We were already starting to get stuff stacking up on this dock. This dock will begin to get some demand, and it'll start getting things to haul off. Right now it doesn't. And I'm going to go ahead and switch this over. I'm going to send it back. And I'm going to grab this guy, and I'm going to tell him to actually park it right there at Upper Thousand Oaks. And no need in him driving around if he ain't picking things up. So yeah, I need to add a couple of horse wagons onto this route here. How many units do we have here? We have 24. Each horse wagon can hold 4. So I need 6 total. So we'll add 5 more wagons onto this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, that's double click. How about I do it like that? There we go. Establish that onto the Oklahoma Freight one. There we go. Almost at Oakland again. All right, so that is working. How much we got on here? Got a full load of construction materials. That's good. So the train itself is staying full. So once we have enough money to justify putting a second train on this line, we'll have no problem with keeping it full. All right. So 68 should be a pretty profitable year for us as well. Because I don't plan on buying anything now, other than maybe some horse wagons for Thousand Oaks. And we'll just kind of let it play out a little bit. And then we'll reevaluate the situation and see if we want to go ahead and take out another loan and buy another train. But I got to be careful not to stretch myself way too thin. But okay, we'll establish, when we get back, we'll establish San Jose and a truck route into San Jose, and probably look at getting another train on this route, because we need that frequency of deliveries here, constantly supplying that stone in to get this production number up over 100. And then we can put in, at that point, I have justification for putting in a seaport so that we can move across the water and deliver those goods. But until I have those crazy high production numbers, I can't really justify the expenditure. Let's see, what do we got here? We've got 14. So we need to have at least 3 on here. I'm going to go with 4. Because that number is going to pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way they'll be able to haul 16 out of there. All right, add that onto our commuter line. And that'll do it. That'll wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's a little bit of an expansion. And I know some people are like, can you go faster? No. I like the slower pace. I like to play it like this, especially once you get a whole lot of stuff going, because you'll have a lot of things you need to check on and everything else like that. And I tend to like to explain things in my videos. I'm not here just to play the games. I'm here to explain the games so that I'm helping other people out who might be struggling with the game. So, yeah, I don't like playing on turbo the whole time and trying to speed play the game. So, you won't see me doing that. Most of the time, I will try to play at a regular pace. 2x is fine, but 4x just seems to be a little bit fast. How many people are waiting here for a ride? 23. Let's look at the numbers on those. Let's look at the line. Alright, so Thousand Oaks commuter. There's 21 people. I may have to add another commuter. Because they are staying pretty full. Alright, we'll add 2 more onto that line. 1, 2. And we'll set that line for Thousand Oaks commuter. And that's good to go. Alright guys. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button for me. Spam it a couple of times. Tell your friends about the channel. Share the videos. Feel free to do so. And come on back and join us again tomorrow for another video. And we'll just keep on going with it. And again, I haven't abandoned the campaign mode. I'm just going to mix and match this and the campaign mode because there's some people that just don't like the campaign mode, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Have yourself a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.